Welcome to our weekly installment of music theory lessons. Today we'll be doing things a little differently. Before we even do that, before we even talk about that, let's take a moment to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, like the video, and share it. That's how we're going to get the channel to grow. That's how we're going to be able to keep making these fun, educational videos. So, I'll give you a moment. Okay, here we go. So like I said, it's going to be a little differently today. Rather than an analysis of one in particular topic with a whiteboard, we will be doing or talking about 5 reasons you should learn music theory. 5 reasons. Before we even do any of that, we should talk about what is music theory. Many of you already know this. Music theory is just basically our way of communicating why things sound good together. Like, why does this chord work with that chord? Why does this scale work with that scale? Or why does this note work with that? It's just our way of communicating all of this stuff. Okay? So it's nothing scary. It's just there to help. And let's just dive right into 5 reasons why you should learn music theory. Okay. Our first way, and I should add, none of these are in particular order. It's no particular order for this entire video. It's just five reasons that you should learn music theory. So this first way, it's very simple. It helps you communicate with other musicians better. You know, knowing your note names, telling someone this is a C, they'll know right away. Somebody's ear may not be as good as yours. You can even write it down for them and you both can understand it and communicate it that way too. So it just really streamlines the process of you talking to another musician and communicating what you're trying to get across. You could sing it, but again, maybe their ear isn't up to par. It's just another avenue of communicating with other musicians. It eliminates the guesswork of it all. If you're figuring out something in a certain key, you're going to know what notes work within that key right away. If you're trying to come up with a chord progression and you're like, what chord could work right here? Or how do I keep it within this key? Well, again, it eliminates all the guesswork. There's no guess and check. You're going to know. You don't want it to hinder your creativity, so you should always feel free to explore these different options that don't fit in the key and outside notes and stuff. But it definitely early on in what you're doing, unless you're purposely doing it, like I said, it eliminates all of that guess and check work that most players would do without music theory. All right, so this goes hand in hand with it eliminating all the guesswork. It allows you to improvise better. It allows you to be more relaxed when you're improvising. If you don't know your music theory, true, your ear can help you, but still at first you're going to kind of be meandering around, wondering, okay, is this note going to work? Is that going to work? Let's say you're asked to play a really hard chord progression, like a jazz chord progression, like giant steps, something that moves really quick and moves chord to chord to chord and has a different tonal center over and over and over again. Well, you know, if you're just doing it by ear, you're going to have a very hard time because you're not going to understand how to get from point A to point B, and it's going to take a long time to, okay, I figured out something. Okay. And again, it's guesswork. That's exactly what it would be. It'd be guesswork, and you're building all this up, and then you're limited because then only the things you build up is what you can do. So it's like the last one I said. It's like eliminating the guesswork, but it's allowing you to put more emotion and more thought and feeling into every note. Some players will be like, well, it takes away from your feel, it takes away from your emotion if you know music theory. I would argue it doesn't. It actually allows you to put more feeling into it, because I'm getting ahead of myself. It allows you to put more feeling into it, and it allows you to not worry about what is the next note, because you already know. It's in the back of your mind. It's second nature, and you're not guessing. So it allows you to improvise a lot more freely. Now, in all of these, I've pretty much mentioned your ear, and you can do all of this by ear in some way, shape, or form. But as I said, music theory will eliminate guesswork, will allow you to understand a number of different possibilities, and your ear can do this stuff. But let's give an example. For instance, I use my ear all the time, and I use music theory all the time. They assist each other. They're not mutually exclusive. They assist each other. So they're both very important to my everyday teaching and my everyday playing. And like, for instance, let's say you're just starting out, you have a good ear, but you're trying to learn something jazz, or you're trying to learn some progressive rock or progressive metal or something. You can't figure out certain notes and you're having a hard time. Well, you can kind of bridge the gap of going, oh, I know it's in this key, so it must be, oh, this note would work. Oh, okay, because your music theory would tell you what would work, but your ear, you're already figuring it out by ear. You can kind of find the next thing by already knowing the music theory. So it's not mutually exclusive. Your ear and your theory will work hand in hand. So it's just there to assist your ear. Your ear is your ultimate thing, but like I said, it's just here to assist it. Ta-da! Last but not least. So this, like I said, they're in no particular order. I just thought I would say that. Be cute for the video. Maybe I could make some sound effects like, yeah. Anyways, why not learn music theory? That should be the real question. I mean, because like I said, it doesn't hurt your feel, doesn't hurt your emotion. It's just there to assist you. Why in life do people limit themselves? That should be the real question. Why would you limit yourself? Because you want to get better and better and better as a player. So why would you go, well, I'm not going to learn that? That would be like going, I can speak the language I speak. I can speak English, or any language, but because I'm speaking English, I'm giving that example. I don't need to learn how to write English. I don't need to learn to read English. I know how to speak it. I would never say that in a language. Well, you shouldn't say that on an instrument too. So learning the music theory, why not? Just learn it. It's going to help you. That's it. It's here to help. It's not here to hinder you. It's here to help. So why not learn it? Well, there you have it. This has been 5 reasons to learn music theory. Please hit the like button, subscribe, comment. I'll answer any questions in the comments you may have, and be sure to share it, because that's how we'll get the channel to grow. We'll see you next week in Music Theory Mondays.